Hi, friends. I'm Shallie Jolink, and this is The Other Side of the Bar, a podcast about what life is really like on the other side of the bar. You can find us anywhere you listen to podcasts, and make sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Other Side of the Bar. Facebook.com/Other Side of the Bar and Instagram at Other Side of the Bar. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you on the other side of the bar. Cheers. Hey everyone, welcome. I'm Shallie Jolink, and I'm with
Rebecca.
And this is another episode of The Other Side of the Bar, and we're sitting with Billy. I'll let him introduce himself.
Billy Forrester.
Yeah. And you are what's your title? What do you call yourself?
I work at Billy's on Burnet.
All right. Is it fair to call you the owner-operator?
I'm not much of an operator. Yeah, Alex pretty much
Smooth operator.
heads our place up, yeah.
That's funny. I'm actually just making sure my phone's on Do Not Disturb so I don't get a phone call
I love it.
while we're doing this. But while we're doing this, why don't you... the question I ask everyone is, I ask them to just tell their story and how they got here. And I guess for you, it's a longer story. It's a longer story than others. Here we are. Cool. So where were you born? Were you born in Texas?
Yeah, I was born and raised in Fort Worth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Harris Hospital.
Okay.
One of those kids. I got to Austin as soon as I could.
What year was that, 79?
79. And moved here to reopen my veterinary practice. I bought an old existing practice and continued to operate that. About those time, I met folks who ran Texas Showdown Saloon, who were associated with the bar I went to when I was at Texas A&M. And it came up, one of the partners wanted to sell out. And I said, well, I want to buy in, but I want to run it.
Yeah.
And everybody else had already left town, and I said, you can run it. So I did, and we did, and it worked out, and did that for 14, 15 years.
That was before Waterloo?
Yes,
Okay.
That's my first bar.
Texas Showdown Saloon?
Texas Showdown Salon.
I remember that
2610 Guadalupe.
Home of the happiest minutes.
Yes. It was
3
a
to
good one.
3:15.
And that's where I learned the business.
Yeah, you worked there over 10 years.
Yeah. That's back, I just gotten divorced and wasn't sleeping much. I closed that place down at 2 in the morning, get home about 3:34, opened my practice up, worked till noon there, and go in and picked up the previous night's receipts, go to the bank, make change, go back, work lunch, go back, do the veterinary practice. At 6, I go back to work at Showdown. But like I say, I was young and
Never slept. That's
never
amazing.
slept.
Wow.
I think about 9 months.
So were you a vet?
Yeah, I did that too.
So were you a veterinarian?
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's why
I did
people
that.
sometimes you'll hear him call him Dr. Billy.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, I did that for a year in California and 4 years here.
Oh.
On Medical Parkway, just right here.
Yeah.
By Draft House.
Right here, yeah. It's right back.
Wow.
So I did that. And anyway, I just had a good time. And then in, I think about 89, no, it was later than that.
A Waterloo?
Well, we did Crown and Anchor next.
Oh, okay. I don't remember what year that was either.
I can look it up when it opened. So did you
Yeah.
open it?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
Then the Beach Cabaret, we bought out that lease and did Crown and Anchor Pub.
Cool. We can look up the dates later. So how long were you at Crown and Anchor? Did you start that with just you, or was it with
Me and I guess pretty much Craig Steed was the operating partner. And I got it open, and when it opened, I had a couple of beers there, and walked back to Showdown where I felt like I belonged and kept working there.
Yeah.
And then in 86, 87, we opened Dog and Duck
Uh-huh.
at 17th and Guadalupe Street. And then in December of 93, we opened Waterloo Brewing Company.
Okay.
And then in 2004, we opened Billy's on Burnet.
Right.
So I kind of evolved through all those places.
Yeah, I didn't think about it, but I didn't realize Crown and Anchor and Dog and Duck came before Waterloo and all those places. And Waterloo really.
Quite a bit.
Did Waterloo open as a brew pub or just a bar and then you made it a brew pub?
No, it was a brew pub
From the
get-go.
beginning.
So talk about that. Like you got, I think we interviewed Philip out here,
Uh-huh.
and he talked about he started from day one,
Yes.
and how you opened with like Steve Anderson was your partner. Were there any other?
He was the brewer.
Yeah.
Well, actually, the owners were Susan Forrester and I. We owned it. And then Steve Anderson was the brewer. Valerie Menzel was the day manager. John DeKenner was the night manager. And Philip Duke did bookkeeping and that we all just, that was our jobs. We just did our jobs.
Yeah.
It was a huge bar too, 3 levels, the brewery, and then was the brew store part of you guys too, across the parking
No, we
lot?
leased that to
You leased it?
Austin Homebrew Supply.
That's right, yeah.
So at the time, was it a big deal to people? Did people know that it was the first brew pub in Texas? Was it advertised as that, or?
It was advertised that way, but they didn't understand it.
Yeah.
I kind of misunderstood. I thought everybody was traveling to California enough they understood what a brew pub was. And so that's in our advertising, I defined what kind of brew pub we were. But it took me about a year to figure out. A lot of people didn't know that.
You were ahead of your time.
Yeah, they didn't get it.
And a brew pub is where you brew beer and sell it.
Yeah.
And the
You're
same.
involved in all 3 levels. You manufacture the product, package it, and sell it retail
Yeah.
But you didn't sell anywhere else except that bar
at that location.
at that location.
And it had to be at that location.
Yeah,
And now it's the brew pub thing's opened way up.
right.
And you helped with some of the lawmaking process.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking as someone who used to work at the Capitol, I understand not wanting to talk about.
Yeah, it really is one of the most exciting times of my life because I didn't really know what I was doing.
That's the best way to do it, right?
Yeah, it was. Just ignorance will get you a long way.
Yeah.
And I had some friends that advised me, a couple of lobbyists, and I was in the lobby every morning, every evening, every committee meeting.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't miss a thing.
I know exactly what that
That's what you got to do.
Do you remember? It's been a long time, and I don't remember a lot of things from it. And I worked there in 2003, so this was a long time before that. This was in the 90s, I guess, 80s, 90s.
73rd session.
Yeah.
It was. When 93,
93.
December, and all that, because I remember we got it. I can't remember the exact dates in there.
Well, so the legislature meets from January to June, basically.
Right.
And so that would have been of 93, and because they meet every odd year, and I know at least that much.
Right.
So when Waterloo Brewing opened, was it after June of 93, or was
It's
it
after June.
Yeah.
It would be in December.
Yeah.
It barely opened in the same year.
right?
So we got it done. It opened like the 27th of December 1993.
But just in time for New Year's. That's fun.
Yeah.
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 And I moved here in 95.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, part of the research I'm doing is looking at, like, you are ahead of your time, because there was kind of this delay when Waterloo Brewing opened and even closed, and I know the copper tank replaced it, right? I maybe
Replaced.
or not replaced. No,
No, it was Fox and the Hound, right?
Oh, came into that space.
Yeah, it
yeah, it came into that
Yeah.
space. Okay, but craft brewing really hasn't really, it's been booming the past 10 years now. It took a while for the concept to get legs.
Understood.
Yeah.
Understood.
That'd be get legs. It'd be
Yeah.
I guess Celis was the first big one, right?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's like one thing you learned that about opening a bar or the brew pub itself that like might surprise someone? Or
The way we did, we tried to work with everyone. We were all just scrambling, trying to pull it all together, not really knowing what our real goal was.
sure.
We made some assumptions and tried to act like we knew what we were doing, but we really didn't.
We'll see you next time, bud.
Okay,
Bye.
take care, Steve.
How long was it open for?
About 8 years, 7.5.
And it got bought, the lease, they jacked up the lease to build condos? Is that what
Yeah,
happened?
which is like, now it's being, it'll be the Zaza Hotel.
Oh, okay.
Is what it's evolved to.
Wow.
And it
Yeah.
sat empty for a decade, right?
Oh, a long
They
time.
pushed you out and it did nothing.
That's so y'all didn't own the property when y'all started the brewing.
Yeah, I had a chance to buy it after we got things open. Also cash poor.
Yeah.
There was just no way.
Yeah.
Do they own, Crown and Anchor doesn't own the building, do they?
No.
No.
Our policy's been not to own the buildings because of liability and all that. We like not owning them.
Right,
It may not be the best investment strategy, but
right.
I can see that.
I think Billy's is small enough they can't build any condos here. That's what I always say, at least in
That's
the
what I hope.
firehouses next door.
Yeah.
So we should be in good shape.
there's just kind of some limiting
Yeah,
Oh yeah, y'all lease here.
yeah.
lease. Yeah.
What? So, 2004, Billy's on Burnet.
Yeah,
September.
that's right. It's your birthday. We opened on Billy's birthday.
Oh, when's your
Or
birthday?
kind of the next.
Or the next,
Yeah.
the day before.
Yeah, I guess on the 15th.
Yeah.
My birthday's the next day.
It's a good birthday present.
It was.
Yeah.
I didn't realize Rebecca. I interviewed her a couple episodes ago, and I didn't realize you were a regular at Jorge's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I met guys
Alex.
that became
Yeah.
partners
Yeah.
with there.
Yeah.
I feel like it's my fault sometimes because I
Right.
got Alex the job. You're a regular. He kind of twisted your arm.
It all
Here
worked
we are.
out.
Yeah.
we did good.
It's not a bad thing.
That's the
Ah.
one restaurant that my parents approved of. We didn't go out to eat a lot growing up. I grew up right down the road here, and but Jorge's was always acceptable.
We took our kids in there.
Yeah.
I mean, that was our
Yeah.
hideout. As soon as I'd go have a couple of margaritas, walk up, walk back.
Yeah.
I know those margaritas were strong.
Yeah, they were strong.
Yeah.
Yeah. I miss Jorge's.
I miss it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess so you're born in Fort Worth. Most people know Billy's is a Packers bar
Right.
during the NFL. How did that happen?
Well, when I was a little kid, and I figure it's about 1957, 58. There wasn't a Texas football team.
Yeah.
It was before the Cowboys.
Oh, okay.
They didn't come along until not sure what year.
I didn't.
But I got the coach's card, football cards, Vince Lombardi, and I remember looking at it. And he looked like the pen and ink drawing that used to be in Funk and Wagnall's, football coach in pen and ink, and that would be him standing there. And I thought he just looked like the right stuff, and that's my team.
I like it.
Yeah, I liked it. And that's why I stuck by it.
Yeah. We're an official Packers bar. Billy's owns 2 shares, right? The bar owns 2 shares.
Yeah. Well, like,
Oh,
Alex
the
owns,
team.
Yeah.
Alex owns a share. I own
That's
a
right.
share.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I never thought about that.
Yeah.
They're the only team in the NFL where you can do that, right?
Yeah. So we always get invites to the shareholders meetings.
Right.
I always tell Alex we have to go sometime where all our Billies
I'd say
here.
just go for fun.
I know, it'd be so fun.
That
Hang
would
out at
be-
the bar across the street. What's
Yeah.
the bar? You were there.
I've been to all of them across
Oh
the
yeah,
street.
the Stadium View. I think it's called Stadium View. Is the famous one? I don't know. I researched all this. Like we're going to Green Bay one time.
Okay.
When was the first time you went to Green Bay?
I don't remember. I tell you what, I've saved all the ticket stubs from the games I've gone to.
Yeah.
I could look back through and find out and tell you.
That's good. But you became a fan before you visited.
Way before.
Yeah.
I mean, I was a kid in elementary school.
Yeah.
And there was a little. I visualized it being like over on 34th Street. There's a little store sandwich place.
Uh-huh.
I can't remember the name. I think it's still there.
I think I know
Is
where.
that Delaware Subs?
No,
No.
it's just a it's just a frame building.
Huh. I don't remember.
And but anyway, this little store sold football cards, and so all those kids, it's kind of like the old deal, 2 in, 2 out, like that. And we go be in the store, and
Now, do you have that baseball or that
I
football
don't.
card still?
I
They're
have
worth
none
a
of it.
fortune, right?
that's what I'm thinking.
Oh,
I'd
man.
love to have that.
Yeah.
A 58.
I know. Can you
Oh,
imagine?
wow.
You can go on vacation with that card.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
All that stuff got lost when I went off the Navy.
It got lost where?
When I went off to the Navy,
Oh, right.
And what year? You went to the Navy what year?
1966,
66.
66 to 70,
3 tours, right?
4 tours.
4 tours, sorry.
Did you enlist?
Yes. Everybody's getting drafted. It was
Yeah.
the writing was on the wall.
Right. So you signed up. Could you pick the Navy? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I love the story of when you got released from the Navy. They dropped you off in San Francisco.
Yeah,
I
Treasure
love the
Island.
story, yeah. And then from there, you got off the bus, or you took the bus to Haight Street or some bar. You told me the story once. You were at a bar, and it was all hippies. You missed the whole hippie thing because you were in the Navy.
I missed all that.
Yeah.
What year did you get released? Official. I mean,
70,
after
you
all
said?
the.
Yeah, it'd been August of 1970.
Wow.
So right after the summer of love, getting dropped off in the middle
Yeah.
of San Francisco. I love that story.
Where were you stationed? Different places, or?
Aboard aircraft carriers.
Yeah, just everywhere.
So I got released from my ship, and I worked my way back to the continental United States. Treasure Island was where it's called separated from active service.
Uh huh.
And they gave me an airplane ticket and sent me home from there.
Okay. Was it mainly in the Pacific, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when we go to the aircraft carrier, the USS Lexington, is it
Lexington.
like that?
That's similar to the first, the second ship I was on. Was a Lexington.
That's a great tour.
It's a great tour.
It's amazing.
I took my sons. We turned the corner, said, "The barber shop will be over here."
Right.
They kept saying, "How do you know that?"
Is that right?
Because they're all laid out the same.
Yeah.
It's kind of
But I
kitchen
took
code.
my kids, and I love on the rooftop of the top of the aircraft carriers, all the planes. You can sit in one of them, get your picture taken. It's incredible.
I
In Corpus Christi, if you're ever out there.
Oh no, I somehow figured out I was a part of the first Girl Scouts troop to spend the night on that ship.
Okay, cool.
When it became, a museum. Right when Corpus first got it.
Now they say it's haunted. Did you have any hauntings?
I was too young to care, or I was more proud of, I was a Girl Scout.
Sally's one of those. I ain't scared.
Nice.
I like ghosts.
I ain't scared of no ghosts.
That's what they kept saying on the tour. It's haunted. It's haunted.
I just remember waking up and hitting my head
Oh, yeah, it's
because
low. Yeah.
it was 3 bunks in
Right.
one bed, and I kept telling myself I wasn't gonna do it, and I did. That's all I remember,
Yeah.
really, truly, and then eating in a big mess hall, and kind of feeling like maybe as much as a young girl in a Girl Scouts, and it was like the junior Girl Scouts,
Yeah.
where you wear the
Fifth
green,
grade. Yep.
sashes. As much as one could feel that way, like, oh, this feels like, it felt like camp, but a little different,
Yeah.
So yeah. Because my family's from Taft, which is right outside of Corpus.
Okay, I didn't know that.
That's where Mom's from. Nueces County, or San Patricio County. Corpus is in Nueces County, and San Patricio is the bordering county, which is much more rural and cotton, lots of cotton. So, yeah. I lost track of what we were talking about.
And then your senior year, Billy, you moved to a really small town. What is, I always forget the name of
I
it.
moved out of Fort Worth. It was Covington.
Covington, that's right.
Covington, Texas, in Hill County.
Okay.
It's 50 miles south of Fort Worth.
Yeah.
It's right off of I-35.
And your graduating class was 6 people.
What?
I was number 3, which helped me when I got into A&M. High enough so I could make less on the SAT.
Mm-hmm.
See, well, that's how I got into A&M.
And that's when you trained to become a vet?
That's correct.
You don't still keep up with your vet's license, but
No, I've let all that go.
How long did you have to go to school to be a vet back in that? Like back then? 4 years, probably? Just.
Well, there's the pre-vet stuff, which is all, everybody's
Right.
pre-graduate.
Yeah.
You work up to your graduate degree. So I don't know how many years.
Did you?
About 8.
So you went to grad school to be a vet, yeah?
Well, it's not called that, but
It wasn't called
it is
that.
what it is.
Yeah. Wow. I had no idea.
yeah. And then you had a vet practice for a year in Berkeley, right? Yeah.
Berkeley.
Worked there
California.
in, actually Campbell, California.
Campbell,
In,
East Bay. Yeah. Near there.
South, just real close to San Jose.
But you're just missing Texas too much. You're a Texas
Yeah.
boy. Yeah.
It wasn't, couldn't make any friends out there.
Why'd you leave Texas?
I went off to professional school, and I kind of got the big head. And I thought I'm gonna go off to California, where I can practice quality medicine. And I did get to do that. It took the fun out of it. I was raised here.
I think
I
Alex
like Texas.
Alex is the same way. He'll never leave. He loves
Yeah.
Texas.
Yeah, I haven't left.
Yeah. Most people don't, I think. Or they
Well, I
leave
think
and then they come
an
back.
expatriate is, I think, more solid. You made that decision to leave.
Right.
You come back, you're not going anywhere.
Right.
You're going to be able to blow me out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you enlisted, were you in Texas or California?
In Texas.
Uh-huh.
No, after the Navy, he moved back to California.
Right.
Or I didn't go to A&M and all that's
Yeah.
the odyssey of stories.
Okay. Oh, you went to A&M after your service? Or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Was that what paid for it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Here's my GI Bill.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
So that was all good.
Oh. So you enlisted when you were young.
Yeah. Well, I graduated high school when I was 17. And in September, just before I turned 17, I joined the Navy like on September 20-something. Had like a 180-day, it's called a cashew plan or something. She waited to go in. So I didn't go in. I wasn't active until
Howdy.
November. Thank you, John. That's what I did.
Nice.
And now
Very
you
sweet.
spend most weekends at the Bay,
Yeah,
Karankawa
I down
Bay,
south.
near
that's
Victoria.
exciting.
Yeah.
I love Victoria.
Yeah, it's a cool city.
Yeah.
We spent the weekend there this weekend on Navarro Street. And I
Oh.
figure if your address is on any street other than Navarro, you ain't shit. That's where everything starts.
My mom's grandparents lived there, and they have like an adobe house there, and
Oh wow.
apparently there's some new tenants in there, which have only been the second tenants, and we're supposed to go back and see it like sometime as soon as my mom finishes school, and that'll be her, like she's retiring too, so that'll be cool. I'm excited.
Your mom's a school teacher, right?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Where does she teach? Around here?
She teaches special ed at middle school, Hill Country Elementary.
Oh, yeah.
Hill Country Middle School.
Yes.
There you go. Yeah. So.
Right by the mall.
Yeah. So I guess I can't talk to you, Billy, and not talk about the Super Bowl and the Super Bowl parties.
Oh, yeah, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My dad has some stories that I won't say now.
I understand. There's some I won't tell.
Yeah.
Just be polite.
Really, like, yeah. But I get, like, were you a part of the inception of these Super Bowl parties, or was it Falk?
I was a late comer.
Okay.
And I met Falk along the way, because Falk used to hang out at Showdown on Guadalupe Street. That's how I met Falk, because he did sold his paintings along that
the drag,
the Renaissance Market.
Right. Yeah.
And so that's how I met him.
I think he taught at UT or some university at one point, briefly.
He did a lot of stuff.
Yeah. So you met Falk at Showdown, and Gary Falk is his name. I don't know how my dad knew him, except my dad knows a lot of artists in Austin. We used to go to this place. I guess it was maybe the Art Warehouse. That's what we called it. I don't know what it is today, but I just remember as a child that's what it was known as. That's what my parents called it. It was somewhere on 6th Street. Every weekend it was probably like a big fair where all these showcases, like all these artists showcase their work. And I think my dad somehow just knew all the artists, or because my dad was a contractor, construction worker, so he would just find ways to help these artists, build whatever they needed to. I don't know.
Right.
And my dad always collected Navajo rugs and lots of stuff like that. Amado Pena back in the day, like he used to go to these places, so my dad knew him, and I think that's how he knew Falk. My dad don't really talk about it.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
We just don't tell.
Well, and Austin was so much smaller then, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really small community.
Yeah.
So y'all just all started going to the Super Bowl party that Falk held, because Falk
and
was
Steve Anderson.
Right.
I went with Steve is how I got kind of drawn into it.
Oh, okay. I didn't know Steve Anderson.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because about that time, I was hanging out at Jenny's some, and I'd see those guys then. Because Jenny's became my therapy group.
Yeah.
We had therapy.
During your divorce? Or?
It was after divorce.
Wait, Jenny's
during
little
Jenny's
Longhorn?
Longhorn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My dad calls it Jenny's little shorthorn. Or
Shorthorn? That's the Longhorn. Or I don't know. I think everyone still calls it Jenny's, no
It's
matter
Jenny's.
what. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I still call it.
Could have a coaster,
Oh, yeah.
a drink coaster.
Nice.
It's like a decoupage product.
Yeah.
So, since you've opened Billy's, are you a part of any other bars in Austin?
I'm still a shareholder at Crown and Anchor Pub.
Okay.
We're in San Jacinto.
Yeah.
And you're going to open 5 more bars.
No. I think I'm where I want to be. Right
You're
now.
Yeah. No.
I'm in a very good place.
Yeah.
No plans to open any.
I like it here.
Yeah. Do you? I know you were never a brewmaster or
No.
brewed beer. But do you have any advice for people who are brewing beer and opening their own bars? I mean, I know that's a huge audience.
Yeah, I can. Because the way Steve Anderson and I went to the Great American Beer Festival back in probably about 1990, I bet. And we're coming back on the plane. I'd never been. It was my first time.
Mm-hmm.
And Steve Anderson's sitting right next to me. And I said, Steve, what I got to see this weekend in Denver is what I think Austin needs. The brew pub concept would fit Austin. So I think you need to go to brew school. And I would go up on the hill and change the law. And I said it just that matter-of-factly. And that's what we did.
Yeah.
He went to Chicago and the Siebel Institute. We went up on the hill and changed the law.
Words have power, though, right? You
It
say
did. It did
and then
just
you
work.
do it. Yeah.
'Cause what I learned, it's about negotiation. Everybody's going to, I want this, I want that. You don't want anything. You find out what you can get, and you work to get that. You don't want everything. Everything will get you nowhere.
Oh my gosh, I very much relate to that. That's very good advice.
So that's what I can tell you about. Just look at bits and pieces of this whole dynamic thing. I really admire what all the kids are doing now.
Yeah, it's incredible, right?
It's incredible.
Every year, more and more.
Yeah, I don't fully understand it.
Right.
It's
hard
a
to
long
keep
way
up.
from the law I
I
worked
know.
on.
Yeah.
Well, new laws are coming because right now it's the only state where a brewery can't sell beers to go. Like, we can sell beers to go, but a brewery can't.
Yeah.
So they're trying to get that changed. That's the next law.
Okay. Is that the same as selling already bottled and canned beers here, or no?
I don't know.
That's different.
But yeah, it's the same. Like, if you go
I don't
to
know how they
Austin
draw
Beer
the line.
Works, you can't buy their beer to go. You can only
Right.
drink it on premise.
Yeah.
So that's what the law they're trying to change now.
At
Yeah.
Austin Beer Works, we can't get it to go beer
Right.
like we can do here.
Right. Yeah, so
And that part I
strange.
don't understand.
No one does. I guess that's the only state that doesn't allow that. And then there's different laws if you're a brew pub or a brewery. So some of the breweries are changing their licensing.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
After that law got everybody's switching. I couldn't.
I know,
But
it's crazy.
They didn't want to be a brew pub.
Yeah.
They wanted to be a.
Brewery or the opposite or
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. This model seems to work though, because the way Billy's and Crown and Anchor and did Showdown have food?
A little grill.
A little
right?
bit. We had-
Little?
Like a George Foreman grill, right? Trish always tells the story how she'd be the only one working, and she would have to bartend, bus, and grill the burger.
Oh yeah, there towards the end,
Yeah.
we had a little. Just after I sold it,
Oh, okay.
and so I never made a burger
Right.
at Showdown, but it did.
Oh, okay.
I remember that.
Yeah. But they never had a full kitchen at Showdown. No.
Yeah. Speaking of, like, I meant to say this earlier when we were talking about NFL football. You know, that's what I like about Austin is there's all kinds of fans from all kinds of different teams, and there's different bars. The place that exists now where Showdown was is a bar called The Local,
Local, that's a good one.
and they're a Denver Broncos bar,
Right.
I believe.
I mean, it's just
Yeah.
everybody has their affiliation.
Yeah, I think it's so neat. I love, it's fun to come here on game days.
Yeah, you don't have to be a Packers fan. It's just the energy. It's incredible.
Yeah, it is pretty incredible. So I guess any final thoughts, Billy?
I'll have one day.
Well, thank you.
That's-
Oh,
Yeah.
wait, you have to finish with your famous, how are you doing?
How you doing?
When people ask you, how are you doing?
Oh,
And you always, you always say the same thing. Pretty good for a man, right?
Oh, pretty good for a man, mate. I'm sorry I didn't.
no, my friend Krista
It's
used,
spontaneous.
I
and
know.
It just comes out.
But it's cute. I just like that.
my friend Krista used to always respond. She was one of the first
She
people
knows
who brought me
Krista,
here.
what's her last name?
Krista Morrison.
Morrison.
I don't know if you remember her. This was a long time ago.
She always drank Bud Lights, and then she went over to Balmoral.
What?
Oh, yeah,
Texas.
the Krista.
Yeah, Krista.
Yeah, I know.
She
Krista.
always said, "That's what I
We
hear."
have the same
Billy."
birthday.
Oh, really? Oh, I
think,
didn't
yeah.
know that. That makes sense.
Yeah, I think it.
I don't know where she is now. Larry keeps in touch with her, but
Yeah.
I remember she walked in. She asked how you were doing, and you said, "Good for a man my age."
Pretty good for a man
And
my age.
Krista responded, "Well, that's what I hear."
And that's how you guys became friends.
So I was like, "Who's that?" That's Billy. Anyway, yeah.
Good story. I like to remember
Yeah.
that.
Well, thanks for sitting down with us.
Yes, thank y'all for wanting to listen.
Oh, of course. This is great. Anyway, we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Hi, friends. Thank you so much for listening. To find out more information, check us out on Facebook and Instagram. Facebook.com/Other Side of the Bar and Instagram @Other Side of the Bar. And let us know what you think. Thanks again so much for listening, and we'll see you next time on the Other Side of the Bar. Cheers!